pointing out for some time now. But let's do one thing. Let's talk about commodities now. Manisha Gupta is joining us as always with a roundup of all that's happening in the commodity and currency market. Hey, Manisha.
Sonal, thank you so much for that. I'm looking at tea as a market because we have seen the prices on a weaker side as compared to the previous year. When you look at the export numbers as well, those while have been on the stronger side, but in the international markets, whether or not India has been able to be a beneficiary, what are the kind of supplies that we are seeing? For that conversation, we have with us Mr. Prabir Bhattacharjee. He's SG at the Tea Association of India. Mr. Bhattacharjee, welcome to the show. First of all, on the prices itself, how would you look back at the year?
The prices have been, there are the two divisions one has to look into. One is the orthodox variety and one is the CTC variety. Now, as you know very well, in India, the maximum quantity of the tea that is produced is the CTC variety. That will be 1340 million kgs odd. 110 million kgs will be orthodox. The rest is basically the CTC tea. Now, the prices of the CTC tea has been more or less at par with what it has been in the last year. But so far as the orthodox is concerned, it has been seeing a jump, a buoyancy for the current couple of months concerned, and it continues to be like that.
And what's your sense on demand going forward? I mean, what is the kind of supply that you're looking at and the demand too?
Yeah, again, I'll concentrate on orthodox because that's the only bright spot that we have got right at present. But you know all very well that Sri Lanka produces primarily orthodox teas. The yearly production is 300 million kgs, which estimated that it shall come down to 260 million kgs. Now, where does the orthodox to be supplied, to the world market, particularly Iran or UAE? This is where the government, where the India has stepped in, and they have increased quantitatively the export quantum that has been sent, particularly to one country, UAE. So till July, the figures, official figures that we have, they've already exported 23.84 million kgs to UAE. Now, this is where the prospect lies on the export front. And let me also add you one thing, Manish, over here. Let's see, if you look at the Department of Commerce figures, you'll find it out. There has been contractual export to some about 4.85% in general. I'm talking about it.
Okay.
So therefore, the exports have not been as buoyant as it was expected to be over there. But still, we do expect that the tea exports should be ending around 225 million kgs for the year 2022, which was only 136 million kgs last year.
Okay. How has, as you said, the CTC prices really haven't done so much. We do know that input cost for all commodities has gone up. So as an industry, how have the higher input cost and the not so great tea prices worked for you?
Yes, Manisha, that's a very, you touched on a very sensitive and a very raw spot, because see, with the wages that have come up in the recent times, it has been substantive. There has been no corresponding rise in the fetchings that we have got from the market concerned. So the going is, very, very, very tough, no doubt for the tea industry concerned. And this is where the big producers, they are getting ahead. Now, you must also, Manisha, you're an expert on this line by this time, that the tea industry is sourced by two major resources. One is the big growth, one is the small growth.
Correct. Now,
what has happened is this, the last 2.5 decades, there has been a phenomenal rise of the small growth sector. So what is happening is this: the small growth sector is growing because their overheads are very little. The manner in which they operate, that is also radically different from what we do in the big growth.
Okay.
So the big growth are taking a hit. There's no two doubts about that.
Clearly. Yeah. So, a couple of more numbers that I'm looking forward to from you, Mr. Bhattacharjee, is one on what is the kind of demand growth that you're working with right now, and two, what is your sense on prices going forward?
Again, I'll come back to the orthodox part. So when the orthodox tea prices are concerned, I think it will hold on till June 2023. And there's a reason why, because there is a shortfall of production of 40-45 million kgs of orthodox teas. So obviously this is being filled up by the orthodox production of this country. So we do feel that till June 2023, the prices of the orthodox will hold down. So that's an encouraging sign for the tea industry concerned. Now you might ask, why I'm talking about June 23. It is so because the Sri Lanka is now catching up with the lost production in the sense that they have now access to better quantity of fertilizer and other factors that have kept in. So we do feel that with the stock that is there, we should be able to hold on to the orthodox prices till June 2023. So where the CTC prices are concerned, as I told you, there has been no appreciable movement of the prices concerned. And it is indeed a very worrisome aspect for the organized tea industry in India.
Okay, so if you're a producer of orthodox tea, then clearly until June 2023, there's laughing your way to the bank, but not for the CTC producers.
Okay, all right. Manisha, we're going to leave it on that note. Thanks very much for joining in, taking us through what you're tracking in the commodity space. But for the markets, it's quite flat at this point in time, just about tentative ahead of that big US CPI data and what the Fed's next steps could be. As of now, Hindalco is your top loser on the Nifty, followed by the likes of Divi's, and Adani Ports is your top gain on the Nifty, up around 5% odd. It's a wrap on Halftime Report. Business Lunch up next. Stay tuned.